Hi, this is Trevor Conkergood. Welcome to this week's RNK Software Club's video for the week. And our topic for this week is about the Monogram template designer, and it is a fantastic way to create your own monograms. And so if you're ready to get started, we'll make my workspace nice and large. And I already have the monogram template open. And so why don't I just close the window for a moment so I can show you where to find it. And from your workspace, if you click under the red T, which was sort of opens up your text tool group, you have several tools here, and it's this one right here that's your monogram template designer. It looks like it's kind of like an ABC with a pencil over top, and when you click on it, this window opens up. And so the window is your designer. You can interact with the monogram, and it's not until you say okay that the actual segment will get created. And so it starts out with a monogram that has one letter. And you can obviously come over here on the right and change the letter to be any letter that you want to. When you click apply, it'll update to that letter. You can choose any font you want. And so if you want to, change to any of the different fonts that are available in the Floriani software, you can do that. And if you click on the left, you can have an arrangement that has more than one letter. And so now I have a monogram that has two letters. And so you can see it shows them as text one and text two. And essentially, you can just come over here and type in the initials that you want to and click apply. And it will show you what that's going to look like. And now you can audition different sort of arrangements for that text. And if any point in time you're like, I think I like it, you simply say okay, and it will create a text segment for your monogram. And so from here, you really have simply the letter T and the letter C, and it's very easy to further interact with it. If you wanted them to be closer together or not quite as staggered, you could simply make that final adjustment. But when you want to interact with the tool, you start by clicking on your text tool, and you come to where it says Monogram Template Designer, and just click to open up the window. And from there, another thing I'll point out is down at the bottom, because right now it's a single font monogram. But if I change it to multiple fonts, then that would allow me to have a different font for each letter. So now you can see that I have text number one, that's the A. I have text number two, that's the B. And I can interact with not only what letters those are, but what colors they are as well. So I could choose to import a red into this monogram and have one. And if I click apply, then that will be shown in the results. But here, now I could choose a different font for each letter. And so if you wanted to have lasso for the first one and something else for the second one, you could totally do that. And so two different monogram letters and two different sort of fonts could be achieved, unless, of course, if you go to one that has three, in which case now you have three different letters that you can control and three different fonts that you could choose from. And so that's when you choose the option for multiple fonts within one monogram like that. And another thing that's interesting about the monogram template designer is that you have the ability to work with artwork and not have stitches at all. And so to do that, notice in here, I can tell it that I want to work with artwork, and I can check off that I want to work with the true type fonts that come with, Windows. And then now my fonts are all of the fonts that you would have installed in your Windows computer. And so I could design my font using fonts that come from Windows. And in this case, when I design the font and I import it, it will come in as actual SVG artwork. And of course, if you wanted to, you could save it as an SVG file for perhaps digital cutting, or you could easily interact with this artwork segments by simply selecting them and then assigning, some style of embroidery to it. So it can be very easy to do. So once again, you click on the T to interact with the tool group, and you choose the monogram with the pencil on the top. And from there, you have the monogram template where, first of all, you can decide which kind of layout that you want. And there are quite a large collection of sort of monogram arrangements that you can do. And so you can, select the one that you want. And then from this list here, you can control the letters, you can control the fonts, you can decide whether you're working with actual stitches and your embroidery fonts, or whether you're working with artwork and your SVG fonts. And so yeah, it can be very easy to create your own monograms. And I hope you enjoyed this week's RNK Software Club's video for the week. Until next week, have a great day. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.